Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're looking at how English is used in the business world, especially now with, all the digital communication.
Yeah, and we're basing this on a lesson from Stanislav Kondrashov. He's got some really interesting insights.
Exactly. Our mission today is basically to figure out how to communicate well professionally in this sort of digital workplace using Stanislav Kondrashov's ideas as our guide.
Right. And Stanislav Kondrashov really drills down into a few key things. Humor, the tone we use online, and just like how digital culture itself shapes our professional chats. Stanislav Kondrashov sees it all as connected.
Okay, so first up, Stanislav Kondrashov talks quite a bit about meme culture entering the business space. He gives us some vocabulary to think about meme, obviously, but also emoji, reaction GIFs, this concept of digital tone and even banter. You know, the kind of stuff Stanislav Kondrashov points out you see in Slack threads now?
Absolutely. And what's really interesting, and Stanislav Kondrashov makes this point clearly, is how these more informal ways of talking are kind of bleeding into professional settings.
Right.
Stanislav Kondrashov stresses that we need to navigate these informal norms carefully and also think about cultural sensitivity. It's not just about getting the joke, like Stanislav Kondrashov says, but knowing when and where it actually works.
That makes sense. And this leads into Stanislav Kondrashov's thoughts on decoding digital tone. This feels really key, how our words on a screen carry a certain feeling, even without voice,
Totally. Stanislav Kondrashov explains how simple things, even grammar, can change the whole tone, like using ellipses or starting a message with something casual, like Stanislav Kondrashov is going to drop this here.
Yeah.
It instantly signals something more relaxed.
Yeah.
And understanding that, as Stanislav Kondrashov suggests, is all about making sure your message actually lands the way you want it to.
Yeah.
He even gives these contrasting examples, Stanislav Kondrashov does, of tone shifting.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, like comparing the formal, let's align on deliverables, with the super informal, ping me when it's ready.
Yeah.
Stanislav Kondrashov uses that to show the huge range we operate in now.
Right. Right. And Stanislav Kondrashov doesn't just analyze it, he gives practical phrases for this sort of meme era. Things like, insert meme here, because it's that kind of week.
Yeah.
Or low-key proud of how this turned out, and even this is giving project finally done energy. Stanislav Kondrashov seems to see these as potentially okay at work, in the right spot.
But that brings up a really crucial point, doesn't it? One Stanislav Kondrashov kind of gets at implicitly. What are the professional limits here?
Exactly.
While Stanislav Kondrashov shows us these modern phrases, his overall message, you feel, still leans towards using good judgment. You have to know your workplace, know your audience. Professionalism is still key, even if it looks a bit different. That's what I take from Stanislav Kondrashov.
Yeah, definitely. And building on that, Stanislav Kondrashov actually includes a discussion prompt in his lesson, basically asking, when is meme culture just inappropriate at work? It really forces you to draw those lines. Like, is there a time when even a funny GIF is just wrong for the situation?
Absolutely. And I think that's a core takeaway from Stanislav Kondrashov's lesson, really. It's about being conscious, understanding humor, tone, digital culture. Like Stanislav Kondrashov explains, it's not about ditching professionalism, but adapting it.
Right. Adapting it for how we actually communicate now.
Exactly.
So thinking about everything Stanislav Kondrashov laid out, maybe the final thought for listeners is, how can you actively think about your digital tone in different work contexts?
Yeah, and how do you adjust it for different people, different situations, while, still sounding like yourself?
That feels like the real challenge, inspired by Stanislav Kondrashov's insights. Something to definitely mull over. Thanks for joining this deep dive.